Hello, book readers, welcome back. This week, I am going to be talking about this book that I finished reading, which was called All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, which is an interesting book. It is set around the World War II, but it's not a very typical World War II kind of book. The story is centered around one French girl who's blind, independent of her father, who works for a museum, and he's in charge of a stone which is meant to be lucky or unlucky depending which side the story you are on or the ownership on. And he's in charge of safekeeping that from the Germans who have invaded Paris, and both the father and daughter have to leave Paris in an emergency situation, and they first go to a different place where they figure out that this place is also invaded. So they decide to go and find shelter with a great uncle of her father. And this great uncle had been a part of the World War One, so he has a lot of trauma from it. He is very non-social. He barely even meets the people living in his own house, so not a very good host. But they find shelter there, and because the girl is blind, it's a little difficult for her to manage day to day. But her father wants her to be independent, and he kind of creates a wooden model of the entire city and gifts it to her so that she can feel what the city looks like, and then takes her out into the city, makes her walk around, so she realizes she knows the map in her head, and then she's able to move around the entire city on her own as well. That's one part of the story, and then there's another part of the story where it's the story of a German soldier who builds radios, and he's like some hotshot in the German army because of his ability to create radio from very simple materials and do a really great job of it. So both these stories are running parallel from the birth to how both of them meet together, and it's a very interesting story because there are like two different stories running parallel, and then they join together where the guy and the girl meet, and like everyone is going through their own struggles, so you read that part separately and then they're put together. The good thing is that each chapter or these parallel stories, they're really short, so it's not like you get into a story, you get invested into it, and then it switches to a different one. You just like get quick glimpses of the entire story really quickly. So it's a very fast-paced kind of story where something is happening and then chapter changes, and now we're talking about the girl, now we're talking about the guy, and everything keeps moving really quickly forward. So that is what I liked about the story very much, the way it was written. I liked the story, which was a little different from the regular World War II kind of stories that you read. I mean, obviously there was a bit of the regular World War issues where you're worried about safety and there are airstrikes happening, and there's a lot of uncertainty. But in general, it was still not a very sad kind of a story. The ending was interesting. I liked it. I was a little sad that she never got to meet her father, which is a giveaway, a spoiler, but sadly. And as soon as I finished reading the book, I also figured out that there is a series by the same name on Netflix. I watched that, where the ending was different. So then I was deciding which ending I liked better. The ending of the book was sadder and it was intense, but it was also kind of a happy ending where you were satisfied reading the end. The series, the Netflix series, the ending there was, I think, was just meant to please the audiences. I didn't like that ending much because it was like happily ever after kind of ending, which doesn't really happen in the end. It usually doesn't happen in real life. The book's ending was more realistic. I like that. So it's a good book. I'm definitely going to recommend you to read it if you like um, sad stories but with happy endings, with more realistic endings, like how life generally is like. Then this is a book for you. It will keep you engrossed. You will enjoy reading it. It's kind of fast paced. The story is nice. It's interesting. It will keep you hooked. It's not like you'll get bored somewhere where the story drags. It's not a drag anymore. The story keeps moving forward. So I like that. I'm highly going to recommend it to anyone who wants to read or the like Nazi. And after you finish reading the book, then you're free to go and watch the series, but the ending is not as nice as the books. So all points of the book, go ahead, give it a read. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, because I come back every week and I tell you about the book that I finished reading, and I will come back next week with another book and I'll tell you more about that. So good book, give it a read. See you around. Bye bye.